On November 11, 1919, exactly 1 year after the end of World War I, President Wilson designated Armistice Day to honor those who served during the Great War. In 1954, Congress changed the name of the holiday to honor the service of all men and women in uniform that we now know as Veterans Day. For the last 22 years, it's been the honor of my life to serve in the U.S. Navy Reserve. I've seen firsthand the sacrifice of men and women who wore the uniform and, quite frankly, provided the freedoms that we enjoy as Americans. This week, we remember those who sacrificed everything in the defense of our nation, and I'm proud to support legislation that provides a new employment opportunity for those veterans. The VOW to Hire Heroes Act of 2011 is bipartisan legislation that the Senate has just passed to give our veterans the opportunity to learn new skills and re-enter the workforce. Too often, employers overlook the experience of our professional veterans. These men and women are typically highly effective, organized leaders who have been part of a team in a difficult environment. They have undertaken responsibilities few could imagine under extreme conditions, especially at young ages. Across Afghanistan and Iraq, veterans are saving lives using state-of-the-art medical equipment in austere conditions. When they return, these skills do not necessarily quickly translate into civilian certifications that first responders need to qualify for a job. As a result, governments subsidize expensive training for veterans who are already, in many cases, substantially overqualified. The bill just passed in the Senate requires the Department of Defense, Veterans Affairs and Labor to identify equivalencies between military service and private sector competencies. This change will translate military experience and certifications into civilian qualifications, opening up new career opportunities for veterans. The legislation also reforms and improves the Department of Defense's Transition Assistance Program to assist retiring service members with resume development, educational options, and tools for separating from the military. The legislation will identify potential positions and industries in the private sector for our new veterans. For unemployed veterans, the legislation establishes a retraining education benefit, allowing veterans to go back to school for high-demand skill development and to obtain a technical certificate or degree that prepares them to re-enter the workforce. This bill also engages the private sector and expands the tax credit for hiring our returning heroes. The legislation is particularly important to my home state, where we have over 700,000 veterans. Across Illinois, they enthusiastically take on new challenges and become teachers and corporate executives or public servants. Now, in 1901, a Knox County native and Illinois veteran, Charles Walgreen, built the foundation of one of our nation's largest pharmacy chains. A Chicago native, George Hallis, served twice in the Navy, spending 63 years then at the helm of the Chicago Bears and helped found the NFL. Countless other citizens of our state served in the military, but then made invaluable contributions to our nation and its economy. Despite what most Americans see on TV, Chairman Murray in the Senate and Chairman Miller in the House demonstrated that Republicans and Democrats across Senate and House can work together, and that this legislation just passed as a result of that bipartisan cooperation. Today, our nation's veterans are facing different adversities and are overcoming new challenges, both in the field and when they come here at home. We owe these men and women everything, and this measure, a bipartisan measure, is one of the ways that we can say thank you.